Hello everyone, and welcome to my top 5 favorite MMORPGs. You may or may not agree with my list, as everyone has a unique opinion, and mine might differ from yours. That's okay though. If we all agreed on everything, the world would be a very dull place. Alright, let's stop wasting time, and let's get started. Number 5. RuneScape. Whether you're playing old school or, well, new school, RuneScape is a fun and addicting MMO. One of its main highlights is that you won't get stuck playing a defined and limited class. If you have a wizard and you want him to wear plate mail, go right ahead. It might not be the most practical, but the game won't stop you. The only downfall to this game is that it can be quite a grind and more than a bit repetitive. Number 4. The Lord of the Rings Online. Okay, I'm kind of a fantasy nerd, so my list is a bit colored by that, but there's no denying that this game is an absolute blast. Based off the books, this game lets you explore Middle-earth like you never have before. Unfortunately, the PvP does have something to be desired. Still, an amazing game. Number 3. Star Wars: The Old Republic, or swtor for short, is an amazing game with outstanding story. In fact, with your choices changing the game, it's always interesting, even on your second or even third playthrough. The only reason this game is not higher on my list is that it plays more like a single-player RPG than an MMO. Outside of the main cities, you'll be lucky to run into even one person. The game does have PvP, but it is a bit lacking. If you're a quester who loves the story and adventure, this game is absolutely great. If you're more of a PvP junkie, this might not be the game for you. Number 2. Ion. I know it's spelled how it's spelled, but in game the NPCs call it Ion, not Aeon. So I'll be going by that. This is just one incredibly fun game, just an absolute blast. I'm actually surprised how low it is on so many MMO lists. The game's combat has a distinctly WoW feel to it, but it brings it out in its own unique way. The flight mechanics are simply amazing, and the game really does feel free to play. It's less limited than most other games. The only problem is in the larger cities, the game was prone to some lag. But it wasn't really a game stopper. Now, for some honorable mentions. Number 1. World of Warcraft. Now I know you probably seen this coming. After all, WoW is considered the MMO king. And with good reason. WoW tends to have everything a gamer could want. Great story, amazing PvP, and enough ridiculous side stuff to last a lifetime. There really is no game that can beat WoW. At least not yet. Though that doesn't mean WoW is perfect. It has quite a few small problems. One of its biggest being that it just seems to have gotten too easy. What I mean by that is I really don't want to out-level a quest that I'm on. And that does seem to happen a lot in the WoW game. And maybe it's just me and no one else thinks this, but I enjoy questing and story elements just as much as I enjoy in-game. I know that most people say the biggest problem is unbalanced PvP, but from my experience compared to a lot of games, then the PvP in WoW seems very balanced. I know I probably am going to get a lot of hate for saying that, but it really is just as I see it. Despite this, the game is extremely fun, and will probably continue to be the king of MMOs for a time yet. Thank you for watching. Please comment below and tell me your top MMORPGs. Okay, that's game.